Hi, this is Monty from Mopar Vehicles and welcome to another one of our detailed vehicle appraisals on a car that's just recently come into us. This is our fabulous Mercedes-Benz CLC 2008 on a 58, done 68,500 miles, lovely car, drives fantastically and a great service history and great specification. Now I mentioned it's a 2008 58, that is a private plate on the car, that is going with it as well. Okay, so I'm going to briefly walk around the car, give you a more detailed view. I'm going to try and condense the videos down. I do mention they take about 10 minutes long, sometimes they take a bit longer, but I want to try and give you as much information as I possibly can. So she's in Cubanite silver, really lovely colour, just goes away from having standard silvers, etc., that type of thing. Privacy glass, got panoramic glass roof, full leather interior, grey leather interior. It's not that two-tone sort of grey and black, which is not actually leather, it's a leather substitute. It's got electric memory seats for driver and passenger, it's quite a rare option. You've got your Bluetooth, you've got the later kind of stereo system in the car, you've got your folding mirrors, you've got your automatic lights, automatic wipers, loads. So I'm just going to hold the camera there for a second, so please feel free to do any checks you want to do, mileage verification checks, etc. What else? MOT history checks, fantastic MOT history on this car. From memory, I don't think it ever failed one. No advisories on the previous one, or there might have been about something about under trays, but it's a standard thing they tend to do. Okay, so as I briefly walk around the car, but I'll give you a more detailed view very shortly. So this is the CLC200 Kompressor Sport. So it's a petrol engined vehicle. It's a 1.8 automatic with all your little paddle shifts because it's a sport, but I'll show you that in a second. All right, there'll be lots of pictures of wheels and tyres, etc., that type of thing. So you've got front and rear parking sensors. They were standard on the car. Okay, just to mention a little bit about the service history before I start going through the car itself. So it's got, well, we're going to be servicing it very shortly because it's due a minor service. It's got 7 service stamps, I think, from Mercedes, or 7 services that are printed out from Mercedes-Benz. They're all done digitally now in the first sort of 7 years of its life. And then it had another couple of services done elsewhere. And of course we're going to be servicing it, so 10 altogether. Now I tend to go and get all my parts from Mercedes-Benz, so oil, filters, etc. Whatever the car will need, I'll go and get it from Mercedes-Benz. I spent 14 years working for the company, absolutely adore Mercedes-Benz, got a real passion for them, and I know all about the cars. Okay, so we're going to start off on the driver's side front. Now, we don't use these videos to try and pick loads of holes in our cars. You know, customers out there know that they're going to be coming and have a look at a car that's what, 10, 11 years of age now. She's done 68,500 miles. It's not going to be a brand new car, guys, but it's not like most of the ones that you see out there. She is lovely. Anyway, so the standard 18-inch wheels that you've got on the car, you've got matching tyres. I think, I'm not too sure the makes, they're not Continentals or anything like that, but they're matching tyres, I think Bravius or something like that, that are on the car. Plenty of tread on them. Looks like it's recently had front and rear brake pads as well. So there's a couple of little scuffs on the alloy wheels that we have touched up. I've tried to put it right at the top there, so I'm not too sure if you'll pick it up. Okay, now a lot of the times dealers won't even bother doing any of that, but it just doesn't warrant having all the wheels refurbished. It really doesn't. There are only a few little scuffs on the wheels, nothing major. Okay, so the reasons I tend to do these videos, it's all about trust, honesty, integrity. I'll try and tell you how it is. I'm not going to sort of like, you know, bullshit you away. Apologies for the language, but I'm just going to tell you how it is. Now, I am only human like everybody else. I don't intentionally go out there to, you know, misrepresent a vehicle, get you down here for any kind of false representation whatsoever. I'll tell you exactly how I see it. Now, I mentioned a bit about we're all human. I might miss something. I haven't missed it intentionally. It's just one of those things, guys. Okay, dealers have started to do these videos now, but it will be a sort of 1-minute video, walk around, don't really tell you much about it. So this takes a lot of the stigma out of what's the car going to be like when I go and have a look at it. We've all been there before. We've looked at pictures online. Cars look absolutely stunning. You go and have a look at them, nothing like it. bit like most of the pictures that people put on Instagram and Facebook and God knows where else. So anyway, let's just so going back here, There's a couple of little stone chips along the front bumper just underneath the headlamps, but we've just touched them up, nothing major. Okay, so you've got no great big dents or anything like that, great big scuffs. Now there were a few little touch-ups I've done along the leading edge of the driver's door. You can probably see that there. It's quite common, you know, opening doors against anything else. Rest of the car looks lovely. Really, really does. You will not be disappointed when you come and have a look at this car. Really won't. So, here we go. Look at that. So, alpaca grey interior. We got, I forgot to mention, Harman Kardon stereo system. Sounds stunning in the car. Absolutely lovely. You've got electric memory seats for the driver. You've also got the same for the passenger. Now that will also give you electric memory seats, steering column. So that is fully electric as well. Folding mirrors, automatic headlamps, automatic wipers. You've got 2 keys with the car as well. Full set of sport mats. I think they used to call them Evo mats. Now this is another bit that I really like. That center console there is in bird's eye maple wood trim. Complements the grey leather interior amazingly well. Whenever I used to spec these cars up when I was working for Mercedes-Benz, this is the combination I absolutely adore. You've got the later Audio 20 unit, which has the Bluetooth for your phone, and you've also got this luxury climate control. So most of the others that you'll see, the climate control dials down there will be for like 4 dials. This is all digital. It was part of an exclusive package or something like that, they used to call it, from memory. So seats look in fabulous condition, and you know what, I know I'm going to be more than 10 minutes on this video, so apologies. And there's your panoramic glass roof. Works absolutely fine. You've got 2 bits of glass, one section at the front there, one at the back, and the top one, or the front one that I'm pointing sort of to now, will then slide over the back one. All works absolutely fine. Then this central kind of beam, you've got 2 little blinds that pop out of there as well. So let's show you the back. So you've got Isofix, so it's a 4-seater car, only 2 seat belts in the back. Okay, and I don't know if you can see these little chrome sort of like things sticking out between the seats. That's to do with Isofix, so that's where you can put baby seats in, etc. But it's lovely, really is. There's no real nasty signs of wear, just a tiny little bit here on the stitching, but nothing, you know, nothing major. Okay, heated seats, I forgot to mention that. Yep, you've got all important heated seats for the winter, especially with the leather. Right, let's go and show you around the back of the car. Hopefully that all looks good to you. There's a chip that was on the back here, which is just over there, which I did touch up. As I mentioned, the private plate comes with the car. Privacy glass, you've got space saver spare wheel on this as well, split folding rear seats. I would show you all the bits and pieces in the boot, but I know I'm running out of time, and hopefully not running out too much of your patience. Right, let's just squat down. Hopefully you can try and pick up the reflections. They look all really good. Plenty of tread on the tyres. Now let me just go back to that back wheel. Apologies, I might have forgotten about that wheel. That one here is in really good condition. I think there was only one chip down there which we've touched up. Okay. Apologies if this is making you feel a bit sick. But everything else down here looks great. Really does. This alloy wheel, I think this one had a tiny little chip. It's so small, I can't even find it now. But I think it was around here somewhere, just tiny, which I've touched up. Right, let's show you the passenger side. Again, door panels all look great. Seats look lovely. Now with the black carpet, and a lot of these tend to have the black interior as well, black headline, it looks quite claustrophobic, but with this interior it really does brighten it all up. Let's just show you the back, pull the seat forward. Help me put that all up. All the mats are in the back as well. That's that. And as I mentioned, you've got electric memory driver seat. That all important Harman Kardon does really transform the sound system in this car. And I just do love that bird's eye maple wood trim. Fully automatic, you've got paddle shifts on the steering wheel. That's one side there, and you've got another one just there. Just turn that radio down. Really nice dials. So that's how they start off with before you start the car up. Got all your controls on the steering wheel. All the settings, volume control, Bluetooth for your phone, everything. Now I think in here there was, yes, this car's got something called a, I think it was a media player, or there was a particular name that Mercedes-Benz had for them, and there was different sort of, at the time, that's where your iPod clicked into, but there was like 3 different connectors here. One was like an AUX and one for an iPod, and I can't remember, the other one was a USB, but it's only got the iPod one in there. Okay, told you this is going to go on, many apologies. So again, let's just show you down the passenger side. But I think anyone who's really interested in this car will appreciate, yes, I am taking a bit of time making my videos, and when you do meet me, you probably find out I do like to have a bit of a chat. Sorry about that. So plenty of tread on the tyres. Now, the worst wheel normally is the passenger side front, but this one isn't too bad actually. Got a couple of little scuffs. I think they're just at the bottom there by the valve, which are touched up, and I think the back one here is probably the worst one really. Oh no, done that one, haven't I? Sorry, it was fine. Don't worry about me. Done that one already. So along the front of the car. The front is normally where you get most of your stone chips. You know, when a car's done, you know, 10,000 miles, you're really not going to get many. When a car's done, you know, 50 to 100,000 miles, you'll tend to get quite a few. But believe me, this car is in really, really fine fettle. There is a few stone chips that were along the bumper. I'm not going to waste time really just zooming in and showing them to you, because I've touched most of them up, and you're really going to be hard fetched to find them. Alright, there are some pictures of the engine bay. We do not jet wash any engine bays, okay? All we do, bit of WD-40, bit of elbow grease, happy days. So finally, because we are coming up to 13 minutes, warranty. I'm going to briefly tell you about the warranty. 6 months you get with the car. There's 2 different companies I use. We don't give you a bog standard £250, that's your maximum claim limit, etc. No, the value of the car, that's what you can claim. Each claim can be anything up to £2,000. Now, I don't really want to talk to customers too much about warranties, but I do get loads of customers asking what kind of warranties do you give, who are they with, etc. So I've gone through a couple of warranty companies now in the last 4 or 5 years, and I've sort of got it down to the best 2 that I think. Give you the choice. We tick as many boxes as we can, so as many add-ons like for aircon, suspension, emissions, etc, etc, etc. We do as many tick boxes as we possibly can. Now, there are excess fees with all warranties, like they're an insurance product really, so you'll have a £75 excess fee, but parts and labour are paid for 100%. As long as a claim has been authorised, the warranty companies will pay for the full amount. All right, so apologies. I'd like to thank you very much for, you know, getting to the end of the video, but hopefully you'll find it really informative, and it tells you all about the car. Please read some of my reviews on Auto Trader. They are genuine reviews. Everything is 5-star. I'm bound to get a bad one somewhere along the line. It's human nature, but everything is going absolutely great. And you know, customers who really do or are interested in cars do appreciate the videos. All right, so thank you again, and hope to speak to you soon. If you're interested in this car or anything else we've got Motor Park Vehicles, pick up the phone, send me a text, email. I'll always reply to every inquiry I get. Thank you again for your time. Bye bye.